Hello guys, it's Revolution. In this video we're going to discuss whether or not Goku in the future of Dragon Ball Super will be able to merge two different transformations together, more concerning Ultra Instinct and either one of his Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan God forms. Now obviously with Super Saiyan forms he has three variants of it, Super Saiyan 1, 2 and 3. He has two God transformations, Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. He's even managed to get a variation of Super Saiyan Blue where he has completed Super Saiyan Blue. I think he pretty much uses that all the time now. And obviously we know he can also use Blue Kaioken in both the manga and the anime. But obviously Kaioken is a technique merged with a transformation rather than a transformation merged with a transformation, what I like to call a transformation hybrid. And I know there's going to be some hyperliteral people out there that says ultimately when it boils down to it, Super Saiyan is just a technique. It's a technique to achieve a heightened state, but obviously in general we call them transformations, and I think that's perfectly fine. Now a lot of people bring this question up to me in my comment section: will Goku ever use Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan together? Will Goku ever use Ultra Instinct and Kaioken together? People are looking for ways forward of how Goku can go beyond the current limits of Ultra Instinct, break his limits as you will, and it's understandable because that's what Goku has always done. He's always found a way to break his limits, go beyond perceived expectations, and obviously I've seen this topic being brought up a lot more in the community since the spoilers that came out yesterday or the day before concerning Chapter 71, and Goku having a conversation with Whis about whether Goku can attain Ultra Instinct in his base, so he has the technique naturally. Now obviously there's a lot of conjecture about how this is actually going to play out in Chapter 71, but it really has drawn the conversation: will Goku be able to utilize Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan at once? Now I know an initial answer to this is going to be no, because it was explained during the Moro arc when Whis basically put it into the context of Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan in terms of how you achieve them are ultimately two opposite ends of the spectrum. Super Saiyan relies on anger, whereas Ultra Instinct relies on calm. Can you use both of those states at the same time? It would appear to be a no, but obviously with the spoilers, the summary of what's occurring in Dragon Ball Super Chapter 71, Whis training Goku to have Ultra Instinct in base. Obviously, I'm not saying having Ultra Instinct in base is the same as having Ultra Instinct in Super Saiyan. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. Because obviously, unlike Super Saiyan, being in base doesn't require you to have a catalyst of anger. But Whis, according to the summary, specifically states that Goku needs to learn to keep his mind under control and have a tranquil heart in any state. Now, is this possible in Super Saiyan when, Whis in Chapter 52, I believe it was, stated that these are pretty much the opposite of each other? And we do know in Dragon Ball Z we saw Goku go from his Super Saiyan form that we saw on Namek, which seemed to be completely controlled by rage. But in the Android Saga and the Cell games, he managed to achieve full power Super Saiyan or Grade 4 Super Saiyan, which gave him far better control over the Super Saiyan state, emotionally, mentally and physically. So he can improve how he utilizes that state, but obviously the trigger for the transformations seem to be completely different, completely opposite. But could Goku find a way to, make it work? As I've said many times, if there's anybody that would find a way to do it, it would be Goku. Toriyama has said in an interview that Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 are really just powered up variants of the original Super Saiyan form. Then of course we have Super Saiyan God, the God transformations. Basically, there's still a lot of mystery around these God transformations, but it seems to have something to do with controlling your ki and bringing it into the confines of your body. It seems to be more about ki control and elevating and amping your ki from that. Obviously, Super Saiyan Blue is basically a Super Saiyan God turning Super Saiyan, and completed Super Saiyan Blue just seems like he's completed the process of keeping his ki in check, in control, which allows him to bring out the full power of the Super Saiyan Blue form, hence why it's called Complete Super Saiyan Blue. Look, I know I'm talking about these God transformations with very little information, but unfortunately that's all we really have to go on. But, you would imagine that the Super Saiyan trigger, which is considered the opposite to the Ultra Instinct trigger, even with the God transformations, even though he has a lot more control, it's still implied to be there. But, we've had hybrid transformations in Dragon Ball before. For example, in Dragon Ball GT, and of course I know it's not canon to Super, but it's still an example of how this could be applied. We had Super Saiyan 4, which was basically a Saiyan that can turn Super Saiyan, who turns Uzaru, becomes a Golden Uzaru, and then through some sort of witchcraft becomes a Super Saiyan 4. The witchcraft thing's a joke, I just always think that part was ridiculous. But hey, Super Saiyan 4 looks cool, so what the heck. But it's a hybrid transformation. It requires two different transformations, and utilised together, you can achieve Super Saiyan 4. We got it again in Dragon Ball Super. A Saiyan that can become a Super Saiyan God uses the Super Saiyan transformation and becomes Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. And of course, I know people like to bring Kaioken into the mix with this, but Kaioken has more emphasis on being a technique than a transformation. Technically, you don't have to be a Saiyan to achieve the Kaioken technique, you just have to train with King Kai. And if I remember correctly, even in the Saiyan arc, when Goku uses Kaioken in the Saiyan saga against Vegeta, Vegeta states that he's seen techniques similar to this before. So it implies that there's many techniques like this. In the anime, it's definitely Blue Kaioken, but in the manga, they say it's a Kaioken-like technique. I think there has been an overview saying that it is Blue Kaioken, so I've always been happy to just call it Blue Kaioken in the manga as well. It was pretty much useless against Jiren anyway. Now, in the anime, Super Saiyan Blue is noted in episode 39 as being a combination of strength and a calm mind. So according to the Kais, this meant that Goku was allowed to stack the Kaioken on top because of how stressful the Kaioken is. Apparently Super Saiyan Blue wasn't as stressful as regular Super Saiyan because of the amount of control that he has over the ki that comes with being a Super Saiyan. Look, it is what it is, because we also know that Blue uses a lot more ki and stresses the body out even more than Super Saiyan does. I believe in episode 104, Whis kind of explains that Blue just uses a hell of a lot of stamina, which you would imagine means it has a higher stress on the body. Of course, in the manga they do differ from that a little bit. Even in the Universe 6 vs Universe 7 tournament, Whis explains how using Blue just once significantly reduces the amount of output you can use using Blue a second time in succession. Obviously that does change later down the line in Dragon Ball Super's continuity because they get stronger with the form. But in the tournament's power in the manga, you know, we see Goku try and use Blue Kaioken against Jiren, and even Jiren explains to Goku, you're destroying your body just for more power, so it's not stable. So whilst it seems there's some things to overcome with Blue Kaioken, you know, they don't have opposing catalysts to each other as Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct do, or even Super Saiyan and Kaioken, because it was explained that Super Saiyan and Kaioken, they're both stressful, so they basically just compound each other. Now, I would never rule out Goku actually achieving a hybrid transformation of Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct, but I do believe at this point it's unlikely. In terms of what Whis meant by states, he might have just meant he can do it in his regular state, because ultimately Goku can go one way or the other from that regular state, and one goes to Super Saiyan, one goes to Ultra Instinct. But obviously with him achieving Ultra Instinct in base, if his power only remains the same as it is in base, and he doesn't have Ultra Instinct in the Super Saiyan forms or the Super Saiyan God forms, then, you know, let's say he was to fight, say, a Super Saiyan Blue level character that doesn't have Ultra Instinct. Who should I mention? Vegeta Blue Evolution. Given that Goku's output with Ultra Instinct in base, he has Mastery of Self Movement, but he doesn't have the defensive power or the attacking power that he would have in Ultra Instinct Sign or Complete Ultra Instinct. He only has the power in base. If Vegeta lands on him, even with Ultra Instinct's Mastery of Self Movement, you know, he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt quite badly. We've seen in the past with his fights against Jiren and his fights against Moro, that any advantages you get with Ultra Instinct can still be surpassed by greater raw power, speed, strength, etc. and utilization of tactics. And given that the Silverhaired iteration of Ultra Instinct allows him to access both heightened power and Mastery of Self Movement, what's the point of the other transformations anymore? They've pretty much been made redundant. Now, I was okay with that because that's technically usually what happens in Dragon Ball, but to have Ultra Instinct in base, it just really means that the Silverhaired Ultra Instinct is a multiplier of his base power now, because he's already got Mastery of Self Movement. Well, he will have eventually when he learns it, of course. I'm putting this question to you. Will Goku ever find a way to merge the powers of Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct? Is it possible? Is there some sort of philosophical way to merge them together? Have you any ideas on how we could do this? I believe Kaioken might technically be more likely. However, I would prefer just to see him hone the Silverhaired technique, or maybe add other techniques to it. What colour would Goku's hair be if he managed to merge Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct? Would it be better for him to merge the God transformations in Ultra Instinct, as they both seem to be godly-like powers? My answer is I don't think so at the moment, but I wouldn't rule it out entirely in the future. Personally, what I would have liked to have seen them do is find a way that Super Saiyan can be useful in a battle in opposition to how Ultra Instinct can be useful in the battle, and then Goku can switch between the two dependent on what he needs in battle, but that would really rely on Super Saiyan being more powerful than Ultra Instinct, which we know it's not at the moment. But I don't know, maybe you can add a technique or something to enhance it that way. But I'm really talking hypotheticals there. It would just keep the Super Saiyan transformations relevant. I mean, I know the golden haired Super Saiyan transformations aren't relevant anymore, but the Super Saiyan God hybrid transformations could have still been relevant somehow. Doesn't seem like that's to be the case. But yeah, drop your thoughts in the comment section. I look forward to reading them. Subscribe to the channel if you're new or you enjoy my content. Smash that like button, lend the Daishenkin your energy. Until next time, Ad Astra.